We're live. Hey, I said this right off the bat. I got 10 seconds in. Tomorrow I'm going to town and I'm taking Friday off, so I won't be live the next 2 days. So any of you coming and tuning in early, I'll mention that right off the bat. They said it's going to be crappy here this weekend. Dunning! What's happening? You made it home safe. Woohoo! Do, 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 do. I'm glad to see you made it home, girl. They say it's going to be a real crappy weekend. Maybe even going up into the next week. Like cold, I guess. It's not too bad right now. It's like 40. Yeah, woohoo! Yes, said Lee, what's happening, Lee? And there is Maddie. Maddie's here. Hey, Maddie, isn't that the same? You were. I seen the premiere yesterday. I caught it late. Wasn't actually in there when you were there, but you had that roll. Isn't that the same stuff you put on that desk? Maybe it was a different stuff. I didn't go back to look at the other video, but I was like, oh, maybe she did the desk video first. You did the cover of the girls' desk. Because that looks like it's that stuff. That's a lot of stuff. A lot of cool stuff. So it was the same. So the premiere was after or before. I was like, oh, that stuff looks familiar. Hey, is that? Huh. You had my poor pea brain going short-circuiting. And yeah, so far I'm staying warm. Oh, you installed during live? Yeah, I didn't see that. I probably played it, but I didn't see it. You going to tell no about the restaurant? Whoa, I want to hear. Restaurant. You better tell me, because now my frozen? How you doing today, Lee, by the way? I know I was thinking that last night. I was thinking, I wonder how he's actually doing. I forgot to ask him about last time I was yesterday. So I thought, I got to try to remember today. Daisy! Woo! What's happening, Daisy? Because it's from the 60s? Oh, the picture. It's a beautiful restaurant. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man. You're such a tease. 14. Hey, Dad. Nah, it's like 40 here. Oh, well, don't hold me to that exact temperature. It's right around there somewhere. It's not too bad. Oh, gonna be filming the place. Oh, I got you now, Maddie. TJ! How you doing today, buddy? Is it cold where you're at? I know you're a little south of me. The wife was looking at she showed me before I come back outside. She said, here, look at this. The cold's coming all the way in from Texas and all the way up into us. Yeah, it's like 40 here too, man. You definitely ain't doing any wrenching and stuff out there now, are you, TJ? You're probably going, man, I can't wait till it gets to 50 at least. Yeah, I didn't think so. I know I don't hang out here as long either. Oh, that's cool, TJ. I think the last thing I seen of you was, okay, what was that short called? Years Past or something, maybe? It was you and the dogs. You and the dogs are playing, like by a creek or something. Oh, I had to tell her you said hello. At 22 having a heat wave. Yeah. So hot. Yeah, it's not too bad here. Wife was saying, you better get all bundled up. I said, okay. It's like 40. And half of me's in the sun right now. So that half's really good. Annie. How are you today, Ann? Annie. I saw something kind of cool last night. Somebody had taken AI and then took old pictures of, let's say, I don't know who all, like Pat Garrett, I think, Billy the Kid, all them old, I don't know, rowdy guys, and made them into brand new people. I don't know if that makes sense. Jim! It was kind of neat. And then told a story of all of them, It was kind of cool how the AI took that picture and made it look neat. 5-speed! What's happening, Chevy? Chevy's back. Not doing too bad, man. How about you? I keep waiting to see Jim put up something new, like those pictures he showed me. I still love those pictures. Oh, I'm going to send it off next week, but I got to cut band grooves in a slingshot. 2 of them, actually. And two slingshots I'm sending off next week. I didn't have band grooves cut in them. And one of them, it's got a special sight on it, and it glows in the dark. It looks really cool. A couple more designs. Hi. I can't wait to see them. I know those ones I seen, they're beautiful. It took you probably all of 2 minutes to do that, didn't it? Yeah. No, I bet it took a little bit. That's really cool looking. How many did you throw away or before you said, finally? Yeah, I bet you wish. You probably took 2 minutes just of wiping with the polishing rag after they're all done. Kind of weird. I got this cat by me. You didn't see it there. He isn't normally this lovey. I don't know what I just shocked him. Because I got on my farm gloves. It's kind of funny that it was yesterday. He doesn't like getting picked up. And, oh, hey, everybody. Oh. She didn't hear me. But they followed me down to the chicken coop the other day, and I grabbed him up, and I just walked slow all the way back to the house. But I just walked slow, but then had him cradled in my arms, petting him. He didn't try to get out. And then ever since then, he just, for some reason, being real lovey. I've done it I don't know how many times. Picked him up and petted him. Hey, Share Bear. So hey, I won't be on tomorrow, or the rest of the week. I'm taking the rest of the week off, everybody. Or I guess, letting you guys know. I almost forgot to say. Tomorrow, we're going to try to beat this storm. Because it went from Saturday to Friday. So we're going to go to town tomorrow. Pick up whatever, I guess. I don't know. It's the wife said, hey, we're going to town tomorrow. Because we were just going to go Saturday. I hear you, Jim. Those are definitely were Are You Kidding? Those are really cool. You should. I know you're going quit it, but man, you should post those. Those are so pretty. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be. That same here, Lee. It was supposed to. Well, we might get more sleet than snow, but they're calling for sleet or rain, whatever you want to call it, Saturday. So we were going to go to town Friday, and then they moved it up. Oh, sweet. Johnny's birthday. Awesome. Hey, just in case, tell him I said happy birthday if you would for me, please. Hey, old Pat, what the heck does that say? FM Swift? SWAT. FM SWAT. Welcome, FM. -30. Hi, yeah. It's supposed to get really cold here too, Cher, or that's what the wife says. Says it's supposed to get below 0 here too. So, I don't know what all we need to get in town. I mean, I don't think we really have to get anything, but... Oh, I got to make grain today. I know that. I ran out of grain. Well, mixed grain. Yeah, I know, Maddie. I know. That's probably what will happen is it won't get won't get cruddy out. I thank you, Maddie. Yeah, give him a big old hug from me and say, I said hello, or happy birthday. Butter Tart, what's happening, Butter? All right, Share Bear. Hey, you have a beautiful rest of your week and a beautiful weekend. And stay safe, Share. Wonder what the weather's like where Miss Daisy is, Mrs. Daisy. Wonder what the weather's like down. Oh, there she is. I didn't know. You said, what's the weather like down there, Mrs. Daisy? It's cloudy, 72. Sounds beautiful. I was thinking it's just last night saying, this has been an odd winter here. It's been, for the most part, 40 all week and hadn't gotten up into any 50s or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna sure try, Lee. I drag a bunch of wood in the house. Windy. Oh, so it's windy too. Aw, no sun. You wouldn't make it, Deneen. And that's winter, Deneen. You definitely, you'd be melting. You'd be like, what's that? Oh crap! Now I can't think of the name of that movie. I'm melting. I'm melting. Because it gets super freaking hot in the summer, like 100. I think it gets 100 down there. I'll be putting back out the 32-gallon barrel out in buckets. For what, grain, Maddie, or I can't remember what I'll probably only mix 50 pounds up. It will do 4, 5, 6 50-pound bags, my barrel. What is that, 300 pounds? Yeah, 300 pounds. It'll do 300 pounds. I guess I haven't really paid attention. That's where it was from. The Wicked Witch. What was the name of the show? I just picture, I'm melting, and I've seen Deneen melting, going, it's so hot, I'm melting. I guess I didn't notice she had water barrels or buckets. Oh, for the rain. Oh, dang, a month of water. Yeah, there you go. When I hook mine up, I don't never have to water them inside the pen all summer. In fact, comes winter, when I'm afraid it's going to start to freeze, I have to drain it. Yeah, Wizard of Oz. That's it, Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it's a time saver, that's for sure, Maddie. I guess I can't say my water's free because I guess I got to run the electricity to run the pump. And I guess if you consider what the well and all that costs to dig or drill, I guess not dig, I guess it'll probably actually never, ever, ever, ever be free. There's going to be some sort of money involved there. But that definitely is, well, to a degree free. I had to get the barrel and stuff. I can't remember if I paid for that or if I got it for free. If I got it for free, it's all free. Oh, but I got the dog, it's like a little automatic dog water is what it is. It's got a little float in it that when the water gets low, it picks it back up and fills it full of water. I think that was $20. Oh, thanks, Butter. I think it sounds crazy. Baked's here? Let me scroll back up. I looked away and I bet Baked did sneak in on me. The J-Man. Yeah, Baked is here. What's happening, brother? Yeah, I don't have electricity out to mine either. I've been, it's kind of plumbed for it, if that makes any sense. But there's nothing in it. I never have. Yeah, I don't know about that, Butter. I'm telling you, it sounds really weird. Yeah, it does help having that water dealie. They don't take a bunch of water anyway, but, you know. Oh my gosh, how am I going to say that? Coolly. Kona lace? Kona lace? I don't know if that's what it is or not. Kona lace. Con is here. What's happening to Kona lace? Fake, but yeah, I know. He's been making a bunch of fake, nasty crap, Kona. And you know, it was Barack Obama that wrote in a rule that said, sure, experiment on all these peons. So now they get to experiment. He's also I believe it was him that also opened up propaganda too. It was against the law for any of the propaganda, and if you noticed, it went like berserk after him. No offense to him, but he's really what ruined America. To add it to the coop? Holy crap, Maddie. That's a bunch. Wiring is like super easy. Like super, super easy. Man. Now, I don't want any of the snow butter. We'll see what's going to happen. You all will probably see it Monday. What happened, if anything happens. Just say Kona. Is that right, Kona? I don't know if that's right or not. Sounds right to me, but... Yeah, for real. Yeah, hold on a sec. Hold on, let me grab my... Go. I got a pencil now. Whoops, you can't see. Got a pencil. Yeah, welcome, Kona, by the way. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's okay. Mr. Also got snow in southern Georgia. They're all melted. Yeah, it's about the same. It doesn't normally last here very long either, Butter. Ah. So I was right then, Kona. Wedding live Monday. Oh my God, you're going to tell me that now. I'll end up losing this piece of paper by then. I'll write it down though. Lee and Deneen wedding November. Oh boy, that what? Good God! I'll just go ahead and I told him November 23rd, 3 to 4 p.m. UK time. I spelled November wrong. I flipped up some letters. My dyslexia took over. Are you talking about me, Butter? I kinda. Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah, that'd probably help me, wouldn't it, Lee? Duh. 23rd. 23rd November, 3 to 4. At least it's on a piece of paper now. Yeah, I'm kind of a hoarder, that's for sure. Gary. Need a spirit box? I don't even know what a spirit box is, Gary. Can't wait to get off this Democrat rock and move to like Florida or something. oh, so you might be in the beautiful weather island. Oh my God, yeah, that rock. Yeah, I can see that. Uh-huh. Yeah, I could see that. That's crazy that even happened. The last for that place, you'd have thought everybody would have been PO'd at all them people for how they when that fire and all that kind of crap happened. Dictate. Show us the dungeon. No, Butter, I can't. An action box. I can't show you any of them hidey holes. Don't forget the zip ties. How's Gary today, by the way? Welcome, Gary. Welcome. Yeah, I think I remember Kona before too, I think, Lee. It's just it's kind of slipped my brain. Might have been a while ago, maybe. We're probably all somewhat serial killers in our brain, Butter Tart. Yeah, I thought so, Kona. Just for giggles. Just because you said, can't wait to get off this Democratic rock. Yeah, good God, they kind of went nuts. No, I don't mean to get political or anything, because there's probably Democrats in here and say, hey, we're not that bad. The ones that are far left are bad. They're nuts. All right, think they really are nuts. No offense to anybody else, because I'm kind of nuts, so, I'm okay with that. There's Barack Obama, though. If you happen to look, don't get me wrong, there was crap before that, but he ruined it all. Ruined it all. Oh, wait a minute. Something about Greenland. We didn't like Trump ruled Canada and Greenland. Or not. I might not have seen that, Butter. If you look at any kind of conspiracy theories or anything, Greenland and Canada is, like they're talking about, how it even kind of relates to the Bible. The New World Order basically splits the world up into kingdoms, or I'm going to call them kingdoms. They don't call them kingdoms, but if you really kind of what the Bible tells you, kind of about whatever, that is all part of it. I can't remember the number they are, but Texas, you don't have to pay income tax in Texas. It used to be, it was Washington, but they kind of went stupid there too. So I wouldn't go to Washington ever. Well, I'd visit maybe, and I believe Florida too. And I don't know of any others off the top of my head. Yeah, they are Old Path. They are. They both were really bad. But Obama really screwed us. Really, really hard. He's probably, in my opinion, the worst president we've ever had. But Bush, yeah, I'd agree, though. Both Bushes are pretty darn crappy. Virginia's having election remorse? Man, I'm not sure what Virginia was or is or any of that. I'd have to look. That'd be on a cruise ship? Yeah, I suppose anything out in a boat. Then you'd just be under, for true, what is that called, maritime law? You're part fish. Then you'd probably fit right in at like Florida, because that's a lot of water there and it stays really warm. Or even on, because I'm pretty sure they don't have income tax, or income tax there. And I know Texas doesn't. And both those would be okay, but if you were like on the Gulf part area. And if you stayed south, well, really, the whole Gulf stays pretty warm, but, Corpus Christi looking area and all that's always stays really warm. That's a big-ass town, though. 100% tax-free? Whoa. That's kind of crazy, Butter. I can't, I have a hard time believing that. Tax-free. If you can get out of the dungeon, Lee. Yeah, that's true, Old Path. That is really true. A bunch of really crooked crap happened, didn't it? It's amazing. It's amazing how all this stuff that happens for me. This crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Now I can't even, I have to look at it, see. Conal. That's true, Conal. No, he owns my... Don't start him, Deneen. Well, that is true, Jim. That is straight up true. If they could figure out how to do that, they definitely would even try to do that. I was just thinking the income. I think there's a few other states too, but I can't, off the top of my head, can't really remember. that that is true, Conal. That is true. You know, they end up. I heard. I don't know how true it is because I'm not. I didn't do any of the research or anything. But they did say that they found. I can't remember what state it was now. Tennessee, maybe. It was somewhere over there that they did find in the Biden Trump election dealing that there was fraud there and that he wouldn't have won there. True or not, I don't know. But, it's what they say. It's all a big joke anyway, if you really, they're both either or. One just drags, one's just a little worse than the others all, but they're both the same creature. West Country. How's your day, West Country? Oh my God, Grandma J, there's Grandma J. So Grandma J dropped me a like. Thanks, Jay. Last thing I remember of Grandma J is poor Alf. That poor little dude. That's true, Jim. That I agree with that. You know, I will agree with that. I don't mind it either. We do got to keep up our infrastructure and that kind of stuff, but I agree. It's pretty darn crappy when you're going. And what's bad is it's borrowed money. That's the really bad part. And some bad scams have been going on. Nobody will ever go to jail for that. Everybody knows that, right? I mean, we've already forgot about the pedo island, So nobody there, nobody there will go to jail. All the new scams who were losing bazillions of dollars, none of them will go to jail. Ooh, cool, Maddie. That's another thing that's nice about thrift stores, Maddie, is you can find a lot of cool old stuff. Belt Loop! What's happening, Belt Loop? Yeah. Lee and Deneen sitting in a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage. Yeah, there we go. We need to start bugging them too about kids. It's never too late. Yeah, that's really bad, isn't it, Kono? That's really bad. And then to be called racist because you pointed out. Hey, I'm going to try my hardest. I even got a gift figured out for you guys. I was telling the wife all about it. She's like, oh my God, that'd be cool. I don't know if it'd really be cool, but, Trying to get around the folks to hit the like button. So wait, Belt Loop. Well, thank you very much. I hope you hit that like button. I oh no, it's never too late. Maybe, not many, 5, 6, maybe. That's true, Jim. That they'll never be held accountable. It's sickening. It truly is sickening. Yeah, it is all over. Yeah, it's just not in certain places. It's all over. Sweet, Belt Loop. Thank you very much. Hey, how'd you know? Oh man, now I got to come up with a new gift. Uh, oh, cool. You're like 22. Not only 4 or 5. Okay, only 5. 5 more. That's it. If Doggy Bones can bug me about a camping spot, I'm gonna. Well, at least today. I'll probably forget here in a few minutes. Hey, thank you very much, Belt Loop. I really appreciate it. I won't be on the rest of the week, so I hope you have a super awesome the rest of your week. I hope you're blessed the rest of this week. I hope you many blessings. Yeah, you have a great week too, and have a safe weekend. Well, see, I was gonna say 10, Lee, but I thought no, you guys are probably too old for 10 more kids. 5's perfect. 5 more. Yeah. Yeah, no crap, Kono. It's rules for thee, or how does they say that? Rules for thee and not for me, or however that goes. I know it's pretty dig dang aggravating. It's the turkey area. Shh. That's one opening. And the multi-tunnels going everywhere. Hey, little ones. Let's see if I can be so I don't scare you. You know what? I got 2 of them by me. I put out another handful of salt for him yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, it's chained up. It's chained up at the moment, Lee. All it does is, I think that just leads us right to basically the one world government. You know, if we go broke, everybody's broke. If you really look at it, there's only there's not very many countries that aren't really broke. You know, we're all in hock up to our eyeballs. We're broke at any minute, you know, we're broke. We're about basically bankrupt. If it was you and I, we would be bankrupt. Like 40 years ago bankrupt. Well, maybe not 40 years, 20 for sure. So if we all go bankrupt, then they got to, you know, come up with a new system. You know, old Daddy Bush, he's the one that brought it all out in the open. Going to be a new system. Oh, yeah, for sure, Kono. I love Democrats. There's none, they just think funnies at times. And only the crazy, crazy ones. Some of them aren't as crazy. They're like normal people. You know, normal caring people. And then they went, I don't know what you want to call it, crazy. They went crazy. And then they're all crazy. Every one of them's crazy. I think time's probably getting short, and that's why they went bonkers. They're all saying, how can we get rich? I mean, insider trading, I mean, for real, if you really think about that, we know that's happening. Because a lot of them were super broke when they went to work for us, and then now they're like, good God, bazillionaires. Hey, you too, Lee. Hey, you have an awesome evening, buddy. I don't want to talk about them no more. They drive me crazy. Because there's nothing nobody will be able to do about them. There's only a few ways to do anything, and, you know. Oh, what's that say? Oh, cool. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. My uncle had a place there. I don't know if he's probably about dead now. He might even be dead. I don't know. But they had a place there. They used to go there every year. George, what's happening, George? Very true, George. Very, very true. Yeah, I don't care. We're all people. If you really think about it, we're all cousins. I believe in the Bible, and we had that great flood. So we're all descendants of Noah. So we're all cousins, basically. Some of us really distant, but we're all cousins. I got one dog, Butter. He probably 70 pounds, 80 pounds probably. I don't know how much he weighs. I haven't weighed him in a while now. Quite a while. I think the last time I weighed he was 65 pounds. Now it's, good God. 3-4 years ago, he got bigger. And I said, I'm not picking you up no more. I don't need to know how much you weigh. Or that's how I look at it. We're all basically brothers and sisters. Cousins, really, but we're all cousins. We got good cousins and crappy cousins. Now, I do got some maple trees, but I don't think they're like that kind of maple-y type tree. Do they all give out syrup? Or I think it's a special, I think they're special. I think they're a special maple. And mine are, I don't know if they're special maples. I never have paid attention. I got one that's just right there about that log, just right behind it. There's a maple right there, and then there's a couple of maples right back there. And then I got just a lot of maples in the back. Kissing cousins. They don't want to talk to you, bouncer. You meat eater. You making mouth water and meat. I could pert near smell that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure either, Butter. I know it does came from a maple tree, but I was thinking maybe they were special. I reckon they probably all do it. Just probably one just does it more than the other. I ought to look into that. I don't think it takes a bunch to tap them. I'm a vegan. I only eat animals that eat grass. Yeah, I'm far from vegan. Yeah, your wife and I had talked about going on the all beef diet. Hey, Junior, how you doing? Yeah, I could do that, Butter. If I ever think about it, I ought to look and see if any maple tree would work. Because I probably got, I don't know how many, a dozen or better. Hey, there's Miss Needle. I was thinking of you the other day. I almost emailed you last night and then didn't. I was thinking of I'll call it the weather. I was thinking of the weather over there. I was thinking, holy mackerel, it sounds like the weather's rough. Hopefully she's safe. I don't know if the news tells me truths or not, but the weather sounded rough. Oh, gallons and gallons. Yeah, I don't know if I could do gallons and gallons. Maybe. Tiny's getting snow. Woohoo! I suppose in a pinch, though, Better you wouldn't have to boil it down. Just drink the juice. It might not be the same. Yeah, I heard. I was listening to the news. In fact, the missus and I were talking about you. It was like, yikes. Yikes. This doesn't sound good. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Well, maybe not the snow, but you found your remote. You're just saving that for later. Yeah, Gilly, you haven't seen that show in forever. 120 inches. Holy mackerel, Deneen. You can make snow tunnels. Well, I just heard of a I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if news is true or not. I just heard of a bad storm coming from, let's see, what Russia would be east. So a bad storm coming from the east, and it just made me really concerned. Oh, I could see that, Miss Needle. I just pray that you just stay safe. That's all. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Deneen? That you say, oh, yeah, it's finally going to rain. I hear you there. No, it's a different. I'm speaking in code, Miss Needle. Yeah, I know. They coulda, butter for sure. Snow means no work. You know, as a kid, well, it'd snow bunch. It had snow bunch, and they'd call school. It's like, woohoo! Get to go sledding. All the science you learned. You can make a radio out of coconut. That was a bit, it would have been a pretty cool little island, though. But you'd have thought the first thing they'd have thought of when I don't know what you'd call it. I'll just call, I don't, like the other, what was it, would it be Indians? No. I don't know what you call the guys that showed up on the boats. I'll say Indians. They weren't Indians, though. Maybe Hawaiian natives. I don't know what you call the people that come show up on the boat. You'd think they just said, hey, if they could show up on a boat, surely we're not too far away. Oh, come on, Butter. That's almost too silly. Oh, Puller. That'd be kind of cool, Miss Needle. I heard the other day, granted, it's kind of, none of this you got to take with a grain of salt. That was Harp that was doing some of them. I get to looking at weird stuff, Miss Needle. Weird stuff. Weird science. Whoa, 7:15 or 7:51. So it's almost bedtime. Yeah, just a theory, Miss Needle. Yeah. It makes your mind just, I don't know, wander, I guess. Think of weird, just whatever. I love weird stuff. It's fun to, it's kind of like that theory that it's in between South America and Antarctica, that they say there's a dragon head. And if you look on the satellite, yeah, it looks like a dragon head. It looks like it could be sediment. But then they showed like a series of pictures, or I've seen series of pictures that looks like it's moving and it still stays looking like the dragon. And they say, ooh, one of these days that island's going to thaw out and the big dragon will be let loose. No, I know that bouncer, but they were talking about I don't know what it was that I was listening to. It's hard saying. Listen, Hoggy, what's happening, Hoggy? They're loose. They were just here next to me a few seconds ago. It's like daydreaming. You know, you can come up with all kinds of stuff when you're daydreaming. Those level 5 blizzards. Yeah, I bet. Deneen. Heck, the further south you got, they'd get out even sooner, Deneen. It'd be like, holy mackerel, we got a foot of snow when we finally got out. No, they were just out here just a few seconds ago. In the Great White North. I know I got a buddy that lives up on Lake Superior. Holy crap. It is, it was yesterday. It was just nasty. Yeah, that's true too, Benzer. You know, I was heard the other day that they were saying, well, when I say they, I don't know really who. You know, it's all, like I say, you just got to take everything with a grain of salt, you know. That they're preparing for the earth flipping, and they were saying that, or the poles, or whatever you want to call it, they're saying for 7 minutes, they said if stuff ain't tied down, it was going to start floating in the sky, you know, start lifting up. I was like, holy crap. You imagine that 7 minutes. I mean, if it was true, the things will just start floating up off the ground, and then when it, after the 7 minutes, it flops down on, you know. Because you got 2 of them that live in Canada. Yeah, it's got a, Mark kind of lives up by the Great Lake area, or at least that side of Canada. I think it's that side of Canada. I could be wrong. I got a couple Canadians. Well, Deneen's, well, no, she's not Canadian. She's Alaskan, but, you know. Yeah, it was really fun when you're young, Hoggy. He didn't seem to get cold and didn't seem to hurt. Nothing. Just go play all day in it. Soaking wet. You'd be soaking wet. Or I would be. I'm not sure. I don't know if I know Jason Smith. I know Owen. Owen's Canadian. But he's on the other end, over on the Alaska side, west side. Hit the fact that they flipped. I don't know what that means, Bouncer. Gee, I know it was the last live I seen of Mark. Mark, it was, I won't call it blizzard, but it was snowing pretty darn good. Oh, the closet. That's what I thought you were meaning. You meant, yeah, not anymore. Yeah, they don't hide that no more. But I know my buddy on the Lake Superior, holy mackerel, it looked just terrible. It's like, dang, look at that. Of course, we were looking at the lake, you know, and it is just crashing in like bad. Oh, that's true, Jim. Yeah, I don't. Well, every now and then I look forward to it. You know, pushing some snow with the 4-wheeler, it's kind of fun. You get cold, but it's kind of fun. But yeah, for the most part, I'm kind of the same way. Say, oh no. So you just keep quiet about her. Is that right, Bouncer? Oh, sorry, buddy. I'm just playing with you. Oh. We used to have a blast. Strap car hoods up to trucks or cars or 3-wheelers. Back in my day, it was 3-wheelers, you know. And just, or, you know, just plain sledding all by itself. Or, you know, Deneen said they had 100 and some inches of snow. That's like snow tunnel weather. You know, you go out and make tunnels all over. Remember one year, I can't remember how old I was, but we had a lot of snow, and then it rained, and so it was like 1/4 inch probably at least of ice on top of the snow. So you could have like, what do they call them? Skylights in your little snow tunnels. Yeah, it is, Hoggy. I seen a maybe it was a documentary. I don't know if that's what they call it or not, but they were looking at that boat and or trying to find it or something. I could swear that I seen pictures of it. They're talking about how cold it was and it was kind of dangerous being in it or whatever they were. Southern Dave. Yeah, good afternoon to you too, man. A slingshot projectile. Hey, as a kid, we used to raise cows when I was younger. And we used to have cow turd fights where everybody go get a stick. And it'd be the green. It was not burnable, it was all, loose. We used to have cow turd wars. God, we were disgusting, weren't we? Kids running around slapping crap at each other. Yeah, same here. Not a care in the world. Not a care in the world. And you be going camping and wake up and it's got snowed on you. You're going, crap. There's 8 inches of snow. It snowed last night. Song Knock Dong. He had a famous dong. That's funny. I thought you were talking about Jeremy there for a minute. Yeah, man, that used to be fun. We don't get snow here like that. We don't. It's always way too warm here. Every now and then we'll get a good storm where maybe you have I won't say a foot, but let's say a foot of snow. And then I've been in only a few times, but oh wow, so it was in the 70s? That part I did, and I think there's been a lot of ships crashed in those lakes. They're big. It's so pretty. I've never actually been I've been like in the Chicago area. I've been there in that area. Well, maybe not Chicago area, but that area, Illinois area. I've seen a lot from watching Guy. That's his channel. This guy. Man, it looks pretty. Yeah, a lot of shipwrecks. Probably a treasure hunter's dream, yeah? But they say it's really dangerous. It's really deep. And cold. It's really cold. Heck, I can't remember. It's been a long, long, long time ago. Was it Maine or it's on the Atlantic side, but I'll say Maine or around in that area where they say after a big storm you can find silver coins and stuff out on the beach from the gold, silver coin wrecks, shipwrecks. I bet you could find some cool stuff in those lakes. If you could do it, I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't ship as much anymore, Jim? I don't really know any of that. Yeah, at one time I know it was a bunch. I would still think it is kind of. Oh, that would be cool. I wouldn't doubt that a bit, Hoggy. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. I know I grew up on the Missouri River, and I used to swim in that all the time. I mean, I suppose it's dangerous, but I grew up on it. And so I played in that river pretty near my whole life. And I was probably, I don't know how old I was, 25-ish maybe, 21-ish, somewhere in there, my 20s. And was just kind of fishing there, just kind of hanging out on the bank, just staring out in the water. And I saw a fish swim up the water. It looked like a shark fin. And I mean, it had to be a catfish, you know. I don't think sharks would live in that water, but that's, I was like, holy crap. That scared the living dog snot out of me. And I thought, I never fished, or never swam in that river again then. I know I'd like wade along the, not swim, just play around the edges. But I've seen catfish suck duck out of the water. You don't see it. All of a sudden, you don't see the fish. Or I never seen the fish. You just be watching the ducks and say, whoa, that just got sucked down or something. And then I seen that big old fish, because it was, I mean, it was big. I don't know how big, because I was on the bank and it was out in the middle, but it was, I don't know how big. It looked huge, like shark fin. I bet it stuck a foot out of the water, it looked like. I don't know how big, because that's, you know, it was out in the middle somewhere. But yeah, never swam in that again. Said, oh, hell no, that one would eat me. Yeah, I bet so. I bet there's some big ones in the lakes. I know in that river, I was always kind of nervous of the gar, but I never got hurt by a gar. Nothing ever tried to eat me. Yeah, for sure, Hoggy. Can you imagine snagging into one of those babies? I don't even know if you could get it to land. Yeah, they get huge too. Yeah, they are sturgeon out in that river. I hadn't seen any of them that were like 6, 7, 8, 9 foot long. None of them that big. Maybe 2, maybe 3 feet long, maybe. It's still pretty big fish, but I've seen big old gar though. Probably a couple 100-pounders maybe. And 5, 6 foot long. I've never landed one though. I think the biggest cat, well, it was a flathead, so still a catfish family, but biggest fish I ever caught is 54 pounds out of that river. Nothing great big. Oh man, that's big old eyeball. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to catch something like that. Big old fish like that. Them gar, I know little ones, even the like little 2, 3 footers. Holy mackerel, did they put up a fight? If you can catch them, they're kind of. I always found it kind of hard to catch them. You always knew, well, in that river, you always knew if you found a, I'll call it a gar hole, you know, when you get bites but could never get one. It's like, it's gar. Hey, Avocado. How you doing? Oh, wow, Hoggy. That's big, man. I could see that, though. It'd be so exciting to catch something that big. I know the town that basically I grew up in, there in one of the restaurants, there was a picture of, I think it was 100-pound, 199 pounds catfish that somebody had caught. It's big. It's pretty near the size of the man, it looked like. But they said it was like 100 pounds. But it was like almost, it looked the size of the man. I've never caught a muskie either. That'd be another one. That'd be a scary fish. I don't know if they attack people, but they kind of look like a gar. They'd be a. I've heard they're fun to eat though, or fun to eat. Good to eat. I know gar are good to eat if you want to take time to try to skin them. They're kind of a booger to skin, but they're pretty good to eat. Yeah, I bet, Hoggy. Yeah, I bet they were. They probably going, oh, why'd you put him in here with us? Yeah, because he'd get too big and basically everything is food. Yeah, I can see that, Bouncer. When I say ducks, I don't know if they're really ducks. Maybe they're called kooks, maybe? They look like a duck. I've never seen well, I assume it is catfish that is eating the ducks. But I think they maybe call them kooks or something. Because they weren't like mallards or anything, but they're about the size of a mallard that I was watching this. At first I just thought they were diving. But then it's like, they're actually disappearing. A big arch. Yeah, so he's just hanging out. Where was that again, Hoggy? That sounds like a neat place to go visit. I like going to those big aquariums. Diving butt for, yeah, that was what was weird is when I finally, you'd hear little things, and you didn't, and then when I caught that one that literally watched it just sink like that, that didn't dive. So I'm just assuming, I'm just assuming that's what that was. Because I didn't really see it. Just that odd thing. And then noticing they weren't really around. So there might have been several in there. I never used a big enough bait, I guess. I knew a guy that would fish that river. He was I don't know if he was a guy. He fished it all the time. He made treble hooks that were, good God, as big as a basketball. He'd put piglets on it. Little dead ones. But he'd put piglets on it. He never caught anything for what I know, though. Chaganoo Aquarium in Tennessee. Hey, Grump, what's happening? I thought he was crazy. That was when I was probably 12, fishing with him and his kid and a few other guys. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah, it was some serious bait. Yeah, but we used piglets. Back in, I don't know, maybe they still do it. I don't know. I haven't worked on a hog farm for like ever and a day. But like back in my day, I won't say every farmer had pigs, but, a lot of people raised pigs. And nobody kept the runts. You know what I mean? So that's what it was, is people just say, here, saved you the runts, So that's what he was using, is runts. You're eating Schubert with your blanket on. They might keep them now. Hey, Doggy Bones, did I say hey to you? We were talking about you earlier, buddy. Yeah, the little runts. Nobody'd keep them. I reckon they probably do now. Shuffle them around and stuff like that to other pigs, but. Well, I don't know if it was a pigman, but I've seen him. There's a guy I watched him. He was in Texas, I believe, and I watched him shooting them with their rifle, and it's like, holy mackerel, that thing's an awesome tool. God, what was that? Hey, I don't know if it was called pigman or not, but I know he shot a whole bunch of them. I like to have one of them. Jim's got a one. Wilbur. Yeah, well, I think Wilbur was a runt, wasn't he? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I know they didn't keep runts. And that's where he got them. Man, that'd be cool to catch a big old fish like that. Or them groupers. Have you ever seen them on those, I think they called groupers or something, big old fish in the ocean. Never caught any fish out of that place either. I've never been out on a boat either, but on the ocean. But remember when I've been to the Gulf, I don't know how many times, but I've only really fished in the Gulf once, we had some time off and was able to go play. And I know the wife, she was like, I was like, holy crap, look at all them fish. Don't catch one of them. They weren't, oh crap, they weren't dolphins. They called it something else. They're dolphins though. She's like, she was so mad at me. So I had to not try to fish for a dolphin. Porpoise, I think they called them. Porpoise, maybe. Nothing was biting when I fished out there. So I've never caught anything out of the ocean. Only in freshwater. Nothing real exotic either. Normal fish. Time is it? Well, everybody, I think I'm on a boogie. I got a couple slingshots. I got to cut some band grooves in. And then I'm going to try to, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to try to get done the end of this week. But I will see everybody. Some of y'all see, I'm probably still jump on in the evening and stuff. So some of y'all see later on in different places and hereabouts. But I hope everybody has an awesome weekend. Everybody stay safe. And some of you I know might be in this storm they're calling for. Just be careful. Wait a minute, what does that say? Ocean fishing isn't as fun as secret freshwater. Yeah, that's true. Just woke up to hear the story of all the new Charlotte's Webs. Yeah, I didn't have any luck fishing on the ocean. But of course, I don't really know how to fish the ocean either. Like I said, I grew up on I like pond fishing too. But probably the majority of my fishing was on the Missouri River. It's like right there. So it was, but you never know what you're going to catch there, that's for sure. At least if you go to lakes or ponds or whatever, you know what is in store. You know what you're going to catch. In the river, you can catch anything. Crappie, bass, goldfish, anything. Them big old carp, man, those are fun to catch too. And that river will grow some big old carp. I think the biggest one I caught is like 22 pounds, maybe. It's 20 pounds. It was big. Good God, they'd fight hard. Fight real hard. But anyway, I gotta set up my router to cut these band grooves, and that's kind of really about it. I'm gonna try to do some of this other junk, but it'll be all done. Yeah, lakes have their secrets. Yeah, they definitely got their holes and areas and so forth. Once you figure one out, then it's like money, Just like money. Like I had a friend that he didn't like the river because he couldn't catch nothing, and he liked ponds. And I showed him how to fish the river. He still didn't like the river. But it's like, I won't say every time you go fishing in the river you can catch a fish, but pretty near basically every time you go to the river you catch fish. But I don't know. They all got their secrets. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Hey, if you haven't found Jesus yet, look for him. Ask him into your heart. And if you want to know him, find a Bible that has red writing in the back. And even just read the red writing. And if you ask him into your heart, truly ask him into your heart, it'll change your life. But anyway, guys, again, gals, y'all have an awesome weekend. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on a later day. Bye, everybody.